those headlines today. And this morning, a closer look at the power play at work over at the General Assembly. Joining me now to talk about it is Dawn Vaughn with the News and Observer. Dawn, welcome back to the show. Look, let's start with what is happening with Senator Dan Blue, the Wake County Democrat, lost his position as Senate Minority Leader this session, and since then has been a less than reliable Democratic vote. What is going on there?
Yes, so he kind of has more freedom now, not being the caucus leader. He didn't win the election, decided to bow out right before they held the vote, but knew he wasn't going to win. And so when you're caucus leader, you end the debate, you vote the way the caucus wants. Now he's voting with Republicans on some key votes about health care, about powers for the state auditor and the Senate budget. And that's all really different. And part of it is that he's maintaining power. He has a long-time relationship with Republican Senate Leader Phil Berger. Dan Blue has been in politics for almost 40 years. He was the first Black Speaker of the House in North Carolina. So he knows the General Assembly very well. And I think this is a little bit of a power play of keeping power, even though he's not in that leadership role.
Both sides still trying to woo him as a necessary vote.
Yes.
Let's talk about who replaced Blue as Senate Minority Leader. Wake County Democrat Sidney Batch now serving as Minority Leader. Yes. From your reporting, it appears Batch has fewer rights, fewer staff members than Senator Blue had when he had that role.
So Senator Sidney Batch, she's similar to Blue in that they're both, lawyers, Wake County Democrats. She is younger by about 30 years or so, which means she has less experience in politics, but she's not new. She served in the House and then she served in the Senate. Yeah. And she has fewer staff than Senator Blue did. When he left Minority Leader, Blue kept his chief of staff. Everybody gets a legislative assistant. And Batch had asked Berger and Senate Rules Chair Bill Rabon about how she could control seating for Democrats on the Senate floor, office space and staff, and found out she didn't have as much power as she thought she would, and she has less power than Blue did when he left office.
So how could these power dynamics affect the rest of the legislative session?
Well, it certainly makes the Senate more interesting.
Sure.
As a reporter. Republicans already have a supermajority, so it's 30-20, so they don't need Democrats to vote with them. But if somebody's absent, that sort of thing, and the numbers don't work out, they sure do, especially if they want to override a veto from Democratic Governor Josh Stein. Plus, it gives Senator Blue more power leeway in these discussions and what the final budget will be, which will actually help Democrats if they get back in there what they want.
Okay. A lot to keep an eye on, not just on the majority side, what the Republicans are doing, also how the Democrats are treating each other. Dawn Vaughn with the News and Observer, thank you so much. You can read more of Dawn's reporting on the NNO website right now or in Sunday's paper.